Uh-oh. Where is my game? Oh, there it is. Hi. How's everyone doing tonight? I was worried there for a moment, but there we go. No. Nightbot, stop. No. No, it's fine. Yeah, let's jump in there. I'm gonna try and get Nightbot to chill out here. Why are you doing this to me, Nightbot? Spam protection. Let's see here. Access symbols repetition. No, that's fine. Disable that. Okay. I think that's what it was. I had the repetitions turned on accident. Ew. I turned it off. Don't worry. Nightbot has been told to chill the heck out. He's a feisty one sometimes, you know? Anyways, I think that's plenty of waiting for, people to show up. I appreciate everyone that decided to pop in and keeps up with my Twitter and all that. It's about all I do for, hey, I'm live. But, anyways, so let's go ahead and continue on with the story, and, I hope everyone's having a good day, because I had a relatively productive day, but, it would have been nice if I got that done in the first couple hours instead of, waiting. I showed up to the store that was gonna hire me, and, they were like, oh, she'll be right here, and then, oh, she went to FedEx, and then I left and waited an hour, and I tried calling and they didn't pick up, so I waited another hour, and then they finally picked up and she was still not busy or not available, but she was in the store, so then it was just kind of it was annoying, but I think I got that in the bag. It'll supplement my income, that way I don't have to worry about starving or not paying the bills. Anyways, where were we? Oh, right. Ishgardian is supposed to be standing right here, but it kicks me out of New Game Plus whenever I reload the game. We were on part 4, I believe. Yeah, here we go. With the hard-won aid of the Company of Heroes, the adventurer succeeds in vanquishing Titan, the Lord of Craigs. And though she arrives too late to aid in the battle, you still have chances to discover that the Garlean Empire is in league with the Ascians, an unsettling revelation that serves to compound the intrigue. Alright, well, let's go and I'll take you through this story, and it'll be a lot of refresher for me, but hopefully you guys enjoy this. So, yeah, let's see here. The word will already have reached Maelstrom Command. Protocol requires that a representative of our order inform the High Commander of the mission's success. The honor is rightfully yours, Papuko. Once again, I commend you on a job well done. We shall speak again soon. Cut. Yep, I kicked Titan's butt, and, I think now it's like, basically, we gotta do the Ishgardian stuff. Maybe there's some Fenland shenanigans happening there. But, I think it's, well, it could be the kobolds. I'm not sure when we run into, like, more temper, problems. But we do have to, take note of Gabu that shows up, in the story. It's kind of cool. They use Gabu as one of the first, like, hints of what happens post Shadowbringers. So it's like, They were thinking back in A Realm Reborn 4 expansions ahead. I do hope that Endwalker wraps up all of the loose ends. I think they'll do a good job, but it'll be interesting to like go through the story and then have that fresh in our mind. So then whenever they're like, oh, this person, shows up or whatever. Because I think one of the issues I have, like, even just playing the game normally, was like Arnvald, for instance. He has this whole, like, other side story going on in the background, but you never really, like, notice it until you, like, unless you're specifically talking to him and getting updates when he shows up, depending on whatever map he's on. But he goes from being a Scion recruit to being a Warrior of Light, and, well, not really a Warrior of Light, but he has the Echo, so, he's kind of like, it's just extra background stuff, it deepens the storytelling, I think, because it's not just you that's with your own, like, heroic struggles. Your friends also have their own challenges, maybe not, like, to the same caliber as you, but, yeah. Let's see, it's good to see you, Private Flip-Flip-Flip. Right, everyone considers me low rank because I just joined the Maelstrom. One of your Triumph reached me some while ago, but I'm pleased to have it personally confirmed. First Ifrit and now Titan. Surely, when I think of your achievements, I feel the loss of the Warrior of the Light less keenly, and there can be no greater compliment than that. You and your order are heroes. Suffice it to say, we are glad to have Scions in our ranks. I shall relay the details of your report to the Admiral forthwith. Please send my regards to the Scions of the 7th Dawn, and until next time, Private. I need to rank up. I really do. I need to just, so they stop calling me Private. I'm an officer, okay? I've done plenty that I can, I can buy my own house, I can lead my own soldiers. I ain't no private. But this is from Manphilia. You should all inform me of your success. You've won a great victory for the people of Eorzea, one that shall not be forgotten. And what is more, both you and Y'shtola emerged from Obenoro unscathed. Whereas Totoro and the others seemed glad of that, as they did of Titan's fall. And you look forward to a hero's welcome. We'll be awaiting you for your return at the Waking Sands. There's much to discuss. Godspeed. Pray return. The classic. It seemed like that was the funniest, like, little meme for a while. It's like every mission at the end of it, and Philly's like, we're not going to discuss it over the phone. You have to make that little jaunt. What if they did that on purpose, though? It does seem a little silly that you got to make this walk every single time. It's easier whenever you got flying, though. When you were having to walk or ride your mount and stuff, you always have to go down that path, and yeah. I know they got Aetherite tickets, but I'm not sure where to get those. I think those are, like, limited. I might be wrong, but pretty sure that you only get a handful of them, and then that's that. Oh no, right. We were gone long enough, and then bad stuff happened. Oh no. It looks a little destroyed, a little trash. I wonder if Arnvald is, like, laying around on the ground somewhere, because I know he survives, but where did he head off to? Uh-oh. Well, the guy that was supposed to be our inside man for Alamigo's resistance, he died. That's not good. He was gonna join the Scions to help save his country. That's such a sad situation. I think almost every NPC that's laying on the ground had some sort of, like, hopeful dialogue. Or, yeah. When I first had actually walked in this section of the game, it was a little heebie-jeebie. I was a little unnerved. I was just like, wait a second. What the heck happened here? Like, from the time that Manphilia said, oh, we'll be awaiting your turn, and then it's just like, oh, everyone's dead. It's like, what the heck happened? one is glad. Sorry. This one is glad walking one is safe. Uh-oh. We're having an episode again.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heaven she is safe.
Gosh, her voice acting is so rough.
Louisoire, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time, it will illuminate the realm once more.
It will illuminate the realm once more.
Advance no further.
Okay. Yikes.
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan.
So, I already mentioned this, but I have a curved monitor, and I've actually got it positioned where it can kind of work how it's supposed to be, but I get motion sick. And that shaking screen thing was like, oh my gosh. It's strange how, like, that makes your eyes feel a little bit more motiony.
Bring her forth, and you may yet know mercy.
I kind of wonder how I'll handle VR. if I can't handle, like, motion stuff with a curved monitor.
Confound it.
I know you sound really conflicted there, Minfilia.
Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you.
Yeah.
I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents.
She is so dry and placid. I think that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. It's just she's so. I don't know. It's her voice lines.
Conditions. There speaks the Supreme Sire.
She sounds good though. Livia definitely
I
has.
grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
Conveniently enough, though, if they had just stuck around for 5 minutes.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
It's not exactly. It's like the world's worst kept secret, you know?
Hold that thought.
Now, I don't know her backstory, but I know that there are some things here that are either referencing 1.0. But the other thing I'm gonna have to point out is, like, for instance, Xenos. Most of his, like, backstory that makes him a little more deep character than just, like, combat crazy. Is because they have, like, this extra story stuff on their websites that, like, has little side stories in that, and one of them follows Xenos' upbringing. But anyways, yeah, they've got. They don't have a whole lot of, like, extra lore things that you have to go, like, off the game to go and check out, but they do have some short stories and stuff like that.
No!
No! She sounds so... God.
Conditions of surrender. Denied.
Yeah. She's such an evil person.
Cease at once.
These voices lines,
Have
though.
you not done enough?
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away. Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough!
He was still stabbing that corpse, Jesus.
We leave. Bring the prisoners.
I forgot to check if there was an actual, like, Garlean body sitting there on the ground. Walking one, Minfilia asked, this one too, in case Walking One returned, this one was to say, at church in Eastern Themlin, Walking One must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect Walking One, Minfilia from Imperial ones. We got roundhouse kicked. Forgive this one. Save. Oh, poor Lettuce. I mean, I guess it's sad, but... and they died. It's funny though that they still have the sound of their body like ticking and whirling and stuff. I want to see if I can actually, if there is a Garlean body on the ground that I just missed. Is there one? Yeah, it's this guy right here. Huh. It is kind of funny how they have him sort of off to the side, though. You'd have to double back to be like, all right. It wasn't just a random attack, it was... Oh. Everything's coincidence, though, in the story. Alright. Keep dry bones wither, everyone. Oh, poor Sprout. You don't know what's in store for you. There's something troubling you, my child. You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there's anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. Well, I think this is the only way to show who we are. The Wild Roses, I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Silence. How could this have happened? And you're certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Garlands? Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well do I recall the day of our first meeting. I swore to do everything in my power to support her. I will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister's sons. Almost said stepsister. Dang it. I've been getting absorbed in the culture too much. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marquez, would you come here a moment? Yes, father. Those goggles don't make you suspicious at all, nope. If you require assistance, pray speak with Marquez. He's a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I should explain. Marquez is a survivor of the Battle of Cartano. Alas, his experiences took a terrible toll on his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marquez, I want you to look after Fukubu. Do you understand? Yes, Father. He got too stern, too weathered in the look in his face. It's like, kind of like, you know, it's rather awkward being like, oh, he's got mental problems, but he looks like he's, well, knowing who he is, he should fly an airship. Marquez has a personal request to make of you. Excuse me, Fukubu, do you have a moment? It concerns this broken horologe, which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There is something familiar about it, just what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to Camp Drybone in my stead to obtain the bullpoint chisel and a pair of needle-nose pliers. They're often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps you would be best to ask. They would be the best people to ask. Of course, I don't expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it. Okay, well, thank you. Also, I think this was an attempt back in 2.0. They might have changed the quest a little bit. It was an attempt to make it so that crafting was more involved in the story. You could also, if you had your crafting, this is crafting log. You could also just make the tools for him if you wanted. But I think they condensed it to where you just pick it up like a quest item. A bull-point chisel, you say? A pair of needle-nose pliers? Those things don't come cheap, you know? Lady coin purse. A small yet heavy leather sack containing presumably roughly the amount of gil needed to purchase the tools requested by Marquez. Any surplus coin could be considered commission owed to whichever party in the transaction is bright enough to claim it as their own. Yeah, if I can save a little bit, then I suppose the rest goes in my pocket. Paul's balls. I mean, yes, that should be sufficient payment. Nice doing business with you. Well, I suppose the church does make a lot of money. I could have swore, though, that they must have changed it. That you had to get the actual items. Like a bronze ball-peen hammer and stuff. If you brought the tools requested. And then if you tried to buy them off the marketplace, they were, like, overpriced. Because everyone knew it was like a pinch point that adventurers had to go and get. Oh, something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, the sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. So he got a piece of technology on some guy's dead body, and it's like sparking his repressed memories. Really, I don't even know what kind of injuries he sustained in the calamity, but I guess it was enough to make him have amnesia. But how did I do it? These hands, my hands, they moved with the mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motion countless times before. But pardon me, Fububu. This was a mistake. Please give the horologe to Sister Elenid. The man who once owned it is currently in her care. I think it best that it be returned to him. Oh, hey, Alice. How you doing? I'm doing great. Things are looking on the up and up for me, and I've got my computer all set up, and I got a job, hopefully I'll be able to snag tomorrow. So, yeah, no troubles over here. I'm just going through the main scenario through their New Game Plus feature. Kind of as a refresher, sort of to take my community, those that want to watch it, through the experience in one big batch. And hopefully I can get it up to the Endwalker point before the game, or the expansion releases, which at this point I got 2 weeks until early release. So, this is part 4 of, like, a 6-part for just a Realm Reborn. And, yeah. So there's a lot of story to go through. And this is just, like, just the story, not even having to deal with, like, the progression stuff, like, you know, grinding your levels or getting your gear and stuff. I'm just kind of showcasing that there's a lot of content to do. And then kind of, I'm going to take mental notes of, like, the story, just so that when Endwalker comes out, it's supposed to tie up a lot of loose ends and that, and sort of appreciate the attention to detail that they do for the story. Or the lack thereof, if I've noticed any, like, bits that are like, wait, did they change the story a little bit? Good day to you, madam. Have you come to pay your respects to this man? I have a thingy for him. Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say it measures the passing of time? Mayhap they are more common in Garlemald. I am given to understand that the cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Actually, they have cars and trains over in Garlemald. I would not put it past them to have watches. Marquez said it belonged to the deceased. Oh dear. You don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Dragon. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marquez manage to repair this device? I knew he had a talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. That'd do. Sister Ellen is staring at you with a great sadness in her eyes. I recognize you now, Flippoo. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being moved from the waking sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you find closure. Pray return! We must go back to the waking sands for the 17th time. This little trek from this teleport to this area here, it's faster because I can fly, but it's become, it was a meme in back whenever this was relevant. Every time you, like, sped off, you just, next thing you knew, you were heading right down that path again. You look like one of them church fellas. Or, you don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I'd turn you away, no, sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies yet over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lynch yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage yourself. About that. What the stuff of nightmares? I tell you, goddamn Imperials. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, but I sure as hell don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. I am surprised, though, that Vesper Bay wasn't in more of a stir. That an Imperial, like, squadron just waltzed in, killed a bunch of people, and walked out. I feel like there should have been more of an uproar. Say, ain't I seen you around here before? Or do you just have one of them faces? Ah, never mind. Anyway, there's a carriage coming to haul the bodies to the lynch yard, out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I'm going to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folks are starting to return. Yeah, this one's kind of gruesome though, because you did have a bit of an attachment to some of these characters, and it's just like, aww, I'm gonna have to carry their corpses to the bin. It's kind of funny too, because like the interaction thing, it actually is slower whenever I'm picking up the heavier bodies. See, it's a little bit faster. I think with the sylph there, it's like super fast. Aww. They're even like crying about it. I like it whenever players, just as they're going about their business, kind of like do a little active role playing. What happened to the big fella? Ah, forget it. Just bring the next batch and toss him in the back. Ain't like they complaining if you're rough. Silent corpse. How are you able to? How are you able to fit this stiff Scion of the Seventh Dawn corpse into your bag is a mystery best left unsolved. Yeah, I just kind of stuffed it in my pocket. Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 in 1 trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest of it, then. Yeah, I might do magic, but I lift. What I find kind of fascinating, though, about the storytelling here is it is really strange how Yoshi P, I don't know if he's a mastermind or just an accidental genius, but even these menial tasks here and just the interaction with you have with the NPCs, it's, believe it or not, it's actually nurturing a positive game environment for people. There's like a significantly less amount of toxicity just because the game keeps like hammering into your head about like, you know, forgiveness and try and help others, and you know, if you fail, just go at it again. You'll do better next time, kind of stuff. Let's see here. We got that, and then we got this corpse. Silent corpse. It's a separate one, huh? This should be all of them. Thanks for your help. Reckon it won't take long to deliver all the corpses to the lynch yard. Even so, you may want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. Alright. And back we go. I think you decided to heed my advice. Pray that, in doing so, you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and you've begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that, for many, death came quickly. Oh good, I'm glad that they didn't suffer. Rest assured we will treat them with the utmost respect, and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Bear me not on the lone prairie. Sister Elune wishes to discuss one of the scions who perished in the Akabaking Sands. Although we can perform rites for most of the scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance to with Sylphic traditions. Well, this ain't gonna help our relations with the Sylphs. And I think they're immortal as well. So the fact that one of their own died is probably even more devastating for them. I hate making cute little shrubs cry. Guess what? You know, all of that trust building that we did, I'm gonna spend it all in full here. This one is surprised to see walking one in Little Solace. How can these ones assist walking one? Oh, there you go. Neuraxia? But this one does not understand. Camuxio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? These ones have not requested further aid. Neuraxia, how did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So not only Neuraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Neuraxia. Oh. Poor cabbages. Neuraxia went to Thailand at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Neuraxia at the end. Tell this one that Neuraxia was brave. Tell this one that Neuraxia did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Neuraxia home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones that these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Neuraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. And now they're pissed off. We thank you for your service to the church and to the Sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence we interred the remaining Cylons in the lynch yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, Poo-Poo-Poo. Eyes on me. Marquez believes he's being watched. I'm not imagining it, Poo-Poo-Poo. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister, as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it when last I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you go look outside for me, please? It won't take a moment. Alright, you're a little paranoid, but I understand. These are hard times. I'm gonna take one step out here and find exactly who you're, worried about. Oh, it's over this gate. Huh? What? Was there someone nearby? I thought more of those blowflies were showing up. Must have just been the wind. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What does he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? Only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment alone. Wait, Father Illud must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. He's standing right there, but okay. Heavens forfend that such a foul thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions? Yeah, he was in full Garlean armor. but here's his sword. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marquez was... Make haste to Camp Dragon at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come. Oh. And here he is. The most unasked for person. The stupid slow walk.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate.
Swear.
At
Swear
ease,
his voice
adventurer.
lines.
I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end,
Yeah, where
I
were
have
you
come
when the
in
Imperials
search of a
actually were
legend.
attacking?
The greatest engineer of our time, Master Sid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait, I... Hear me, Sid. Eorzea needs you.
I think I wondered though, does amnesia affect a person like that? It's pretty dramatic. I would think more it would be just like, oh right. I do kind of have things I need to do.
Sid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you?
Don't ask, just chuck the hammer at him.
Alfino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Sid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Sid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
their house. Uh-oh.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
Well, maybe I could you could sign up for that throne thing and then, like, put a PC on there. I wish there was a way for, like, on Throne to be just, like, a little fundraiser deal. Like, no one has to pay for it, like, in full. It'd just be like, hey, you know, I got this thing, this big thing I want to get. You can chip in if you want. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know though what I would do if my PC started having troubles. I'm definitely not prepared to make fixes for it.
They need me.
I would have a grand total of 0 monies if one important part of my PC broke right now. I do just find it kind of funny how he just these silly outfits that they wear. It would make sense if he wasn't like just. I guess I'll just wear the full, smithing outfit. The Enterprise, I've heard of that name before, but where? I'm not gonna have to say. Once you were catering to the company of buffoons of every whim, I was gathering information on our feathered foe. As a result, I was not present when the Garleans came. I suppose we should be grateful for a good fortune, though it matters little should Garuda grow powerful enough to bring yours into heel. I do actually kind of find that cool. I don't know if they were predicting people asking, where was Alpha now whenever the Scions were being attacked? And then just like, oh, well, now we know. Alright. What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garland would at last be found with our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Flipaboo. If you wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity. Much like the Great Google Wall of Ulda, it states that the... If anyone doesn't know what that is, the Great Google Wall of Ulda, that's just like... That's 1.0 player sort of like event. That's a nice little nod to the community there. But yeah, long short of it was when they were about to kill the servers, they started spawning in a bunch of enemies right outside the city gates of Ulda, and so the players ended up creating a giant wall of Gubu mounts so that they could try and stop the monsters from invading the city. and it was just funny though, because like the developer was like, I tried to spawn, this big monster, and then it died in 5 seconds, and I felt like a god for a moment, and I was not a very powerful god. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over the Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Kurthus. Mayhap the Serpent stationed there have records of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journeys for a time. I see that the world still has need of you and your scions. Pray, look after yourself and Sid, Philippa. Alright, well, let's go to this place, I guess. But yeah, I was just trying to say that it's kind of cool how far Final Fantasy has gotten in terms of, like, just its developer to player communication, and it's a very non-toxic sort of relationship. But they've had plenty of time to get it that way. And And just like the way that the storytelling, whether it was on purpose or not, it just kind of promotes more positive interactions between players. So, like for instance, there was a mundane task of carrying the corpses of your fallen friends to get buried and stuff. I kind of feel like for those that pay attention, it kind of sort of instills like, you know, helping out, even if it's like, I don't know. The Enterprise, you speak of Master Darlin's ship, yes? I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Kurthus. What became of it after that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with French name. Florentil Spire. He was on duty the day and saw it with his own eyes. I'm unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, you would not need a man of Master Darlin's caliber. Would you not need a man of Master Darlin's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Probably. You've come in search of Vornfall. I don't know. Then, well met. You found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since the great snows came to Kurthus. What exactly is this about? The final flight of the Enterprise? I do indeed remember that day. Alright, this, Elzen guy wishes to tell you about the final flight of the Enterprise. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Cartano, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the Spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd never seen splits the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Kurthus. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them, you would need a deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamud descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you, should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I have little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. Yes. So, now we go to the Snowy Land. Kind of a minor lore point here, but when the big ol', like, botanical moon fell down, it threw all the seasons out of whack. So, like, I don't know about the other areas. I think Thanalan is permanently summer. Gridania is still in like a summery sort of season. But with Kurthus, it's always snowing. It used to actually be like a pretty verdant area. Even in 1.0, it actually had like foothills and steps and stuff that were all grassy and like high north spring or something like that. But no, now that in the last 5 years they've had to adapt to a permanent winter. Excuse me, can you repeat that? Do you wish to offer your services to the house Durandar? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? Ha! How absurd! As if we would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Quite the warm welcome, of course. Sir Ludivor is doing his utmost to intimidate you into leaving. Hello and have mercy. Are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. Our strip's thin as it is. And where in the hells is that nice sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You know him by his uniform, that of House Durandare, as is mine. It's kind of funny, I keep accidentally following this person. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable, dragon-loving bastards. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. So yeah, lots of stories that just kind of are happening around you. This one, they're dealing with heretics that worship dragons instead of fighting them. I must say I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We're a proud people, beholden to tradition. But that doesn't mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and then introduce yourself to Edmil. Alright, I'm gonna have so much fun trying to pronounce French names. The lady come search for the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovois be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Trevanian activity, access is strictly controlled. We can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Fordomont up above. Oh yeah, this area is... These towers are fun. Literally just a gigantic spiral staircase. Hopefully I don't get dizzy. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is that you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of the war, which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between southern nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are arbiters of Hallown's will. I will not put our great nation at risk, certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. This guy, Golime, or Gullian, pardon the intrusion, Forlma. I wish to speak to you regarding the recent... Oh, I didn't realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Gulliam. You honor us with your presence, sir. The lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durande's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship last seen in Kurthus 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, little for the better. I wish you the best of luck in your search. You should, I would also strongly advise caution. It's eerie though. It's kind of eerie how close this guy looks like my brother. Like in real life, my brother, almost to, except for the ears, of course. It's just weird. It's like, wow, this guy, even down to his, slightly greasy, hair. And the little goatee, I always make fun of him because he can't grow a full beard, and he's like 6 years older than me. So, I don't know. Getting back to VTuber persona though. The snows can come quickly in Kurthus. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst traveling. Do not give in to temptation to deviate from your course. Well, thank you for the advice, man. I was not aware you hated House Duranday in that fashion. Thank you, madam. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Yeah, thanks for saving a life. We're still not going to give you, access to our dragon chart. Josie is attempting to attract your attention. You there, madam. I could not help but overhear a conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of the Exile in the vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be of great comfort to me. Yeah. Kind of funny that the big head honchos in a lot of this area is just like, no. And then they're like, people to the side are just like, well, actually. Also, this is kind of weird. I never noticed that cloud fog stuff up on the mountains. It must just be the weather that, well, it is snow, but it definitely looks different. Oh, and right above it. I can never be too sure, like, if they're actually, putting in extra graphics or something like slight updates, flavor, because when they dropped PS3 support, I'm sure they touched up on some things that were previously would make the PS3 run really crappy. What a relief to see someone other than the goddamn Birdman. I thought I could finish my work while the Exile were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope that they might leave before I froze to... Wait, who are you? You are not one of our knights. A man of House Duranday cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. Well, I managed to spook you out of your little spot. I don't know why, but... Oh, it's because of the grand company that I took up. I guess that's faster, sort of. Yeah, he's doing alright, man. The arrogant fool returned not long after you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. But you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you've already aided your own cause. House Duranday is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of Dravanian aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they may not grant you access to the Observatorium's records. It is just as well that, for there are other ways you might relocate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portaline for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Duranday carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. Alright, so, we gotta schmooze some people. Not that door. There's a door. Where you at? Oh, you're over here. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you've rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction with the other head of houses. Can't deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you. But while you've performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses. Is it only fitting that you aid us in one final time? Wouldn't you agree? Sure. Yeah, I'll go and be your gopher. 3 for 3. No, I understand you're very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take one of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, Porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance that any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you found. Lest you intend to perform only cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Ilanar. I have no idea how to pronounce it. It's so hard. Further improving the chances that they indulge your quest for aid. Wait a second, why is there an RP party going on out here? What's going on out here? Seriously, what the heck is going on here? Oh, and Alphino's standing out there in the corner. I don't know about you guys, but this feels highly unusual to have an open roleplay event just happening. What is going on here? Weird. I must eavesdrop for a moment and find out what this is all about. It's just so weird. My role-playing senses are tingling. I really do want to find out, is there... They're all Ishgardian. Or most of them are. Wonder, what is going on here? I guess it doesn't really help if I do that. Let's try that again. There we go. Now my staff's not actually clipping into the box. What would you like to give these to the road offer? You speak so well, and I'm just enchanted every time I hear your voice. Let's see. I do accept affiliate recurring, but too much text play. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if they're all sizing up for Ishgard roleplay. Because the housing place is gonna open up? I don't know. Where's my tag? Is my tag embarrassing? That's okay. I'll fly the roleplay tag. It seems like a house, like a roleplay party in anticipation for Ishgard housing. I would try to read some of the text, but I don't know the context, and it's going too fast for me to read it. So hopefully the text is big enough for people to kind of like try to follow along with me. The only problem I have with Final Fantasy chat is that there's no chat boxes. So like if someone says a word here, I've got to like kind of like right click and then target them, and my camera has to be pointing in their direction. If I'm over here and like I try to do that, okay, I guess it works sort of all the time. It could be the legacy controls. Maybe that's what's happening. Yeah, you just realized my name. It started out as a joke, but I mean it is technically like lore appropriate. It's supposed to be for my character. It's like it'll have a vowel of some sort, or just a syllable, and then it's supposed to be syllable A, syllable B, B, syllable A, B. Or with the desert ones, it's actually a syllable A, B, and then syllable A, B. Kind of, they're supposed to represent like musical sort of notes with their naming customs. I'm trying to see which ones might. Are they acknowledging that the Dragon War has ended, or are they like trying to role play in a time loop of some sort where there's still a dragon threat? I don't see anyone role-playing a bartender, but I would actually probably walk up and ask like the bartender what's going on here, if they had one working behind the counter, but I don't see anyone standing back there serving drinks, so I'm gonna have to just go with what I can read here. I'm actually going to check here. It seems like everyone's engaged in small talk, so. And as in real life, in video games, I am not good with small talk. So I'm just I'm just wondering who organized this. We have a bunch of wanderers, so everyone decided to tie us, like, even off server, we're deciding this is a place to be for this event. There's probably like 25 people here. And then we got smaller events over there in the guilds and stuff, South Shroud. We got Nald. Really, Nald's just the bar, the main hub bar. It's like Goldshire for Final Fantasy. Okay. Maybe I'll get into like role playing when I'm done going through the story, but I don't want to derail my progress too much. Let me go ahead and tag down here because skip on that. I was tempted to participate, but I don't know. It's roleplay takes a long time. At least for me, it does. And I haven't really worked on my like character's story and stuff. I know what she does while I'm like on my downtime, but trying to like get those gears spinning again. Oh yeah, got a third one here. Have you good tidings to share, or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? Yeah, I found a few boxes. God bless you, friend. It's all here, every last... oh wait, that chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hells, that's the personal property of Lord Francel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it. The lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifest, you may yes. Fury, take me, a draconian rosary. In the possession of Lord Frenzel. Yet, perhaps that was, this is not so difficult to fathom. House Hillenar, is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I strongly advise against associating with House Hillenar. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All must wait until this matter is resolved. Well, darn. Our schmoozing got derailed by Rabbitfoot. The Rose and the Unicorn. Come closer, lass, and listen well. This is for your ears only. Man, these people are just so generous. Able to, the men on the side of these leaders and being like, you don't have to have a dead end. I just imagine, like, between being turned away and the person speaking up, it's just like, okay, well, back to the drawing board. I know this is because I served House Hillenar for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss, and he will know you for a friend. Now go. You look as though you have something to say, do you? Is that an Edelweiss in your pocket, or are you happy to see me? What kind of line is that? Excuse me, Papa, what are you... Being cheeky is what I'm being. I see Sir Kellan has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. The pity it has not been seen in Kurthus since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd. I would soon die rather than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the draconian rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt. This will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It is as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much coming here. It is only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me your desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship? I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your query. I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you. Lord Hoshafon of House Fortal commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present him this letter of introduction, and he will surely be receptive of your needs. Yay, the first time we get to meet Lord Hoshafon. The most wonderful young lord of one of the high houses. He's actually a very eccentric person, but they kind of downplay it in the dialogue for America, or well, not America, English. Blech. And for those that like to point out, yes, I cannot see over the desk. I have this magical ability that I can, speak through desks. The unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you are come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I am not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many more brave souls like yourself. Enough chatter. Pray tell me why you've come. And he's just like leaps and bounds like a much better person compared to anyone else that you run into in this area. And it's just like, why are you a shining beacon in this frozen wasteland? If there's any injustice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. Any justice. It is beyond inconceivable. Yes, this letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you required assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Kurthus before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find an eyewitness to these events. For whilst Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartano, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortal. Lord Hoshafon has a proposal for you that for how you might participate in this investigation. As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortal included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it would be quicker and more efficient if you were to make inquiries of your own. Lady Nanine of mine own House Fortal, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers, There's also a Cravelin of House Helenar, who can be found at Skyfire Locks. Although any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken to the chief astrologian of House Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortuna. Do not concern yourself with House Zavile. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the three I mentioned and return to me when finished. And there she is. Hello, good madam. What is it? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortuna does. Or if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Helenar have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. Or, supposedly, maybe someone's been planting evidence to try and make one of the houses crumble. Well, that was a bit. Where is Cravelin? Oh, he's down here. Okay. Alone grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Lord Hoshifant? I want to help you, I truly do, but these accusations of heresy have thrown House Helenar into chaos. Right now we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. He is actually up here, way up in the top of the tower. Yeah, I talked to Dad. He said you should help me. I gather you've been busy since last we spoke. Lord Hoshifant's missive was positively glowing. But if you think that his endorsement is the cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken. We're at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since the Inquisitor Guillemay arrived in Corthus, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Hoshifant wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. Really, a lot of successful inquisitions have happened since this guy showed up. How convenient. By your countenance, I take you did not learn anything of use. Nor did I fear. It seems that the whole of Curthus is consumed in this talk of heretics in the high houses. We only hope that my sources in Ishgard provide more pertinent information. Lord Hoshifant is concerned about Lord Francel's well-being. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. We have received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north towards the Still Vigil. The outpost was long ago overrun by the Dravanian horde, so I'm not certain that what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Still Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance. Yes, I am. Oh, it's north here. They passed right through Dragonhead. Okay, so I'm here now. Oh, there we go. Who goes there? Fabubo? No, stay back. The fiend is still here. Wait, you mean that big boy? Take care of the problem for you. Let him be praised you did it. But what of the others? The 3 knights who accompanied me. Where are they? I think I saw them. They were looking a little rough. But nothing I couldn't handle. I heard the beast's cries from over yonder. Then Lord Francel is safe. Bless you, miss. Bless you. Curse those fiends. It is as though they knew we were coming. Yeah, they probably did. Bring your stubby legs. Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Helena if we cannot even slay a single Avis? Are we fortunate? We are fortunate that you came around along when you did, miss. House Helena will remember your kindness. It was a foolish thing to do. I know, but I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Helena that yielded the Still Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house's once great name. We've been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. As proud and honorable it is, what's the saying? Dead men tell no tales. No one's gonna be able to bring you justice if you let them kill you. What did you find at the Still Vigil? Ah, I see. A reckless plan. But at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. A witness on the final flight to the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at the Skyfire locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal with which the Inquisitor Gilliam has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Francel's name, and by association, yours. Lord Hashifon suspects that someone is conspiring against Lord Francel. As I see it, the key to providing Lord Francel's innocence is discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of the Dragonian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me the incident in question. So it was found in a locked chest labeled as the property of Lord Francel. If the rosary was not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. Here's what you must do. Return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Rickman. He works closely with porters who ferry goods across Kurthus, so he may have some inkling as to who could be responsible. Indeed. Also, it feels really warm in here. Why is it so hot in here? Ah. Maybe my computer's finally being like, oh hey, I'm a space heater. It's cold outside, so I don't know why it's warm. Maybe the heat just, like, comes this direction. I don't know. It's toasty. Someone tampering with shipments. Fury strike me down. If all of them rosaries found in our people's possessions were planted. Hey now, don't you give me that look, lass. I am a House Hillinar man through and through. This heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family too. I ain't saying the porters what were bringing the shipment did it though. I know most of them what worked the trade routes, and I never had cause to question their faith. But if it wasn't them neither, then your guess is as good as mine. Most of all, every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it. Huh? Could it have been the fellows that were responsible for the inspections? Huh. Ishgardian knights and inquisitors, a lot of them. As if they'd ever turn their cloaks. Reckon that means the porters are your most likely suspects. Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. There's a crew coming to Camp Dragon Head from Whitebrim Front today. You might consider having a word with them. Apathetic porter. Beg your pardon? You suspect that we porters have been planting draconian rosaries in House Hillinar shipments? What nerve? If you truly believe this such nonsense, search our parcels and see for yourself. Why, yes, I shall indeed look through every parcel. I found one. Oh, look, I found another one. I found one in, like, almost every except for Zamiles. Nothing in Zamiles. Are we finished? If so, I would appreciate an apology. It is a little suspicious that one house doesn't have one. But that's impossible. Once the night at Whitebrim Front concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself. And if I had been the culprit, I would never have allowed to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Hashifon, I will not be held accountable for this. Alright, well, I trust you have pride in your work, and I will go and figure out what the boss man has to say about this. Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. But more importantly, what did Rickman have to say? Well, I have these dragon bunny ear things. More draconian rosaries. In every single parcel bound for Skyfire Locks, that beggars belief. Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Hillinar's reputation. Whoever is responsible has overplayed his hand. And praise Lone that he did. Lord Francel's trial is upon us. We must act now if we are to clear his name. Lord Hoshifont needs your help to clear Lord Francel's name. From the very first I knew it could not be that so many members of House Helena were heretics. At last we can give the lie to these poisonous allegations and put an end to this travesty. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would ask you to bear my words to Inquisitor Briggy. Tell her that House Fortune asks, nay, demands that Lord Francel's trial be postponed until a full investigation has been concluded. Yeah, stop killing your own people. Where is the lady that I'm supposed to talk to? Is she up here? Oh, there she is. Yeah, Inquisitor lady, stop. What is it, my child? Hoshifont would have the Inquisitors do what? But that is not possible. Inquisitor Gilmine presides over Lord Francel's trial at Witchdrop even as we speak. Fear not. If Lord Francel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Helona's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. That's a really grim way to judge whether a person's innocent. What? Is there not? What is the Salem witch trials or something? They have taken Lord Francel to Witchdrop. This is madness. The Inquisitor does not have sufficient grounds to subject him to that manner of trial. I'll not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die, Fapupu. I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Witchdrop to forestall the proceedings, until such a time as I am able to join you and petition Inquisitor Gilmine in person. I will endeavor not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Francel alive. Yep, I shall do it. I'll be, because I am a hero. As you can see, Lord Francel yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor, but if his guards judge us a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves. Joseph Sherrilman Francel de Helena. You stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Dravonians, and I am no different since the very birth of our nation. I have gladly shed blood in service to the Holy See. Condemn me, and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It is for Helena to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men. Leap from the cliff and entrust your fate to the Fury. So dumb. The righteous shall take place in Helena's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their draken forms and be put to the sword. In the name of House Fortune, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we are come on behalf of Lord Hoshifont. My lord has uncovered evidence that suggests the charges against Lord Francel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such a time as a full re-examination of the facts have been conducted. Lord Hoshifont has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere with the legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of an Inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime of which there is but one punishment. We must hold them until Lord Hoshifont arrives, and remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Okay, I guess we're just not gonna touch the Inquisitor. Stop healing yourself. No. Look, Lord Washington has come. Oh, look at that. Thanks. Today you challenge for your sins. Alright, well, we gotta get rid of these weaker dudes, because the tank guy is not gonna go down anytime soon. Oh, they got a dragon. Where'd that come from? Uh-oh. That was not what I intended. I seem to be encountering some lag. Oh, wait, it's invulnerable, that's what it is. Okay, fine, be that way. Stop it. Ow, managed to get that hit, maybe? Yeah, I took that hit. Well, it's still invulnerable. Yeah, get out of here, dragon. It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop, but this trial, like many others I fear, has been orchestrated by enemies of House Helenar. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, and that we may tear ourselves apart. The fervent imaginings of a desperate man. What proof have you of this? Well, I do happen to have this rabbit foot thingy. By the fury of Draconian Rosary? Then the knight who refused to yield, it was he who summoned the wyvern? A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights, this has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Rochefort. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Francel, pending further investigation. Yeah, more like, kind of blow your cover if you push it any further. I trust you have not lost sight of that which first brought you to Kurthus, Bookaboo. Pray, locate your errant airship and use it. That I will do. Hashimon, I have not the words to express my gratitude. But why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard, and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you'd have jumped at your own free will. I I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Helena. Praise Elonia that it did not come to that. But it profits us a little to dwell on what might have been. Let's quit this place, Popopo. Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you've recuperated. Mm-hmm. You look well, Popopo. May I say what a pleasure it is to fight alone alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior. Were it not for you, Lord Francel would surely have died defending the honor of his house, and might will have perished at the hands of the heretic and his wyvern. House Portola and House Helena shall never forget your service. Now let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. Lord Hashifat would like to introduce you to his witness. The man with knowledge of the enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. Tonight. Discomposed. Catwalker? How quickly the commoners' pose change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now, but just a few days prior. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Carthus several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it just so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridani and landed near the stone vigil in the far northwest. The garrison will certainly seize the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. The Lord Hashifan is, for all indications, quite fond of you. So mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Okay. Also, you've last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. The Stone Vigil, perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Deldrimont of Whitebrim front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest you request Lord Francel to do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not be meeting again for some time. I wish you well on your journey, Spooklugo. May Helena guide you. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Now don't worry, my flowery friend. We shall meet again. Wonderful to see you again, Popopo. If there's anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it was once an outpost held by House Helena. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravanian horde caught us unawares. The Fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt my words will carry much weight with Lord Deldrimont. Nevertheless, I will write you your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Helena have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us, and towards you now as well. Alright, I'll keep that in mind as I'm, going about my business. Also, anyone that's curious, this mountain structure here looks like a dragon head. That's why the mountain's called Dragon Head. That's, and stuff like that. Also, this wreckage here, that red wreckage there, those are parts of the Dalamon moon that fell right on top of Crithis. Little pieces of Allegan technology jutting from the snow. It's kind of cool. I wonder if I can fly over this mountain. Sometimes there's a height limit. Like how high you can fly up in the air. Otherwise, the path would have been going through Camp Dragon Head and down that way. Yeah. You desire an audience with Lord Deljamal, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. Well, I just happen to have two convenient letters that will speak for me. Hey, Spidey, how you doing? What do we have here? Letters from Lords Hoshifon and Francel, is it? A likely... Oh, you're serious. What to do? How about acknowledge my authority and let me in? Spider's dead and tired today. I had a long day. I didn't get started until, this 2 hours ago because I spent all day getting my interview and all that lined out. I would have gotten on top of this a lot faster, but I had to make a couple of trips and it took me a while to actually find the person that wanted to interview me, so once I got home, I was like, okay, well, it is, 6-7 hours late for it, but I guess I'll go ahead and log some more story for my YouTube series. Your timing could not have been worse, Traveler. Lord Deljamal's attentions are focused solely on the Stone Vigil at present. In any case, it's not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Albois. Albois? I don't know. French names, again. It's hard for me. And, my interview's tomorrow, so I'll just walk in there and be like, I'm your guy. I'm your person. You either hire me and you have an easier time, at least in terms of one employee, or you can turn me down, but I do have direct experience. So it should be pretty simple just to get in there. Now, in terms of, having a schedule that I can tolerate, that might be a little hard. I'm hoping that they bring it up. What I'm hoping is that they'll bring up, what is my availability, and I'll be like, well, I don't mind helping out, but if you put me on mornings and evenings and throw me all over the week and stuff, you're going to exhaust me, and that makes neither of us a happy camper. So, yes, I will take the job, but if at all possible, please put me into a spot that I don't, have a crazy flip-flopping schedule. Also, it helps so that I can stream during times that people are watching. Instead of being midnight, it's like, well, nobody's awake, but I'm here. In any case, it's not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to this person, and surely they can accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom in the opposite side of the yard. Oh, so I was stopped by a guard who really doesn't even have the authority to stop me. I remember that guy. He's just there to give foreigners a hard time. Yeah, what the hell? Merchant and Mender. Why am I not seeing the repair section here? Purchase weapons, purchase tools, purchase battle gear. They've straight up turned off repairs of all these different merchants. I think it's broken. I think that seems to be a very, very broke sort of situation here. course, I can't repair gear because I'm in New Game Plus, which is a weird thing to turn off. I don't know. Sir Brunadier bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Delgermont hasn't the time to spend speaking to low-ranked knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for head Kyurgen Astidin. Astidian? I don't know. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? I'm getting the runaround. Although it's gonna be funny, because by the time I get done with this quest line, he's like, I've been thoroughly humbled. I guess I should have probably listened to you from the start. Are you here for his visit, to visit a patient, madam? What is this? Letters of introduction from House Fortor and Helena? With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak to Sir, Gardinal. Gardinois? He should know Lord Deldrama's current whereabouts. Oh, hey there, Sid. Good job, sir. If the Enterprise is indeed in stone vigil, we must convince Lord Deldrama to cooperate. I see. So, I think some of the NPCs are technically following me around. But, you know, being an MMO, it's kind of hard to have them physically following you everywhere. So they sort of planted them at story step areas. Ah, there we are. What reason have you for barging in too? Oh, I see. You're in luck. Lord Eldrama is just up these stairs. Letters are no, though. I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole, it does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Thank you for the advice. Appreciate it. He probably heard every word of it, and he's already gonna tell me no. Sir, Gardinois, permitted you passage? Very well, speak. I have letters. You wish to brave the ruined outpost filled with scalekin to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of the Fury yourself? Well, that's a high compliment. I'll take that as a compliment. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Oh wait, I'll tell you snooty about it. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Lord Deldrama. You know our name, and you know our deeds. I don't know. Alphino, in early stages of the story, he's quite the person. We are come to Kurthis to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship Master Nan Garland, who stands before you now. Did you really have to include the Garlean honoraries? It doesn't really, make it more friendly. Oh wait, but I guess they know each other. Master Garland, you're alive, but that's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. And here he is, the person that looks like my brother, who is a total bastard, not like my brother. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. It is this critical moment in Ishgardian history, as House Durandare marshals its forces to retake Stone Vigil, who should appear in white brand front, but three mysterious strangers. Said Garland, missing and presumed dead before the calamity, and two Scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. Well, you're an informed bloke, aren't you? The lesser houses have been duped by these grandiose tales. I should hope that House Durandare would have greater sense. I know not why these three seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass. Global is a word written on the ceiling. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment I nearly believed this monarch's farce. You three will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you declare your true intentions as well. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Flick your hair. It would be moons before House Durandare purges the dragons from the Stone Vigil. We can't afford to wait that long. Sit, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Deldramal's trust, understand? Yes, of course. Of course. I knew this was going to be a problem. Why did I do that? Ugh, I dropped something. Something that I didn't want to drop. Alright. Okay, I guess, someone give me answers here. I got this person. House of Four, is eyeing you with interest. You're the last, responsible for the commotion upstairs. I work travels fast and went in front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Beltramon's mind. If there's one thing I've learned about the man in my name here, or the man in my time here, it's that he listens and respects to the opinions of those under his command. Went over to the barracks, and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contained no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. It wouldn't be a quality meat, 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you wouldn't mind, I'll lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy and Danifin pass? And take this bottle of vinegar. Locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. Okay. Off to get some mud puppy. Technically, I could take care of it without it, but this makes it easier. Oh. Oh, right. No. I was using the wrong skill. Hello. Let's see here. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh, he's probably referencing that the thing didn't work quite as well as, yeah, it didn't kill it. I had to kill it myself, but it did weaken it. Oh dear, remind me never to wander near mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and voila! Ever seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these three and distribute them to the Holy Knights here, and up above. I have steak for you. You there, lass. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. The rubbery texture of mud puppy meat will ensure your jaws grow exhausted before your belly grows full. Aww. Yes, I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men, and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. We ought at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this godforsaken place. Is that fresh cooked steak? Helen's blessings be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, this is the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Well, there you go. Must we train to maintain our skill at ever must we train to maintain our skill at arms, and never are we to receive proper sustenance? Calm down, I have meat. You're a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate the house during their must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for the morale, eh? But I'd forgotten about the hard-working Kyrgians at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking this steak to Sonata? She's doubtless preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. That I will do. I will definitely do that. In the infirmary. It's up here. This one. This place is probably upstairs. Where you at? Oh, you're not. Sonata. Ah, there you are. Beg your pardon, madam, but I am busy attending to this matter. I will be with you in a moment. Is that... Come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you very much. I'll eat the rest right away. You do that. Are you down below? I bet you're down below. Can't go that way. I can go that way. I bet you're right in here somewhere. Or maybe not. Maybe you're over here. Or maybe not. I don't know where to look for you. The place is confusing because of how stacked it is here. Oh, there we go, Sid. Okay. Sid would like to furnish the infirmary with a new Allen deck. But I have a word with you, Footpopo. It concerns the Kyrgians. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient ambulance for their needs, you see? The tragedy. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced ambulance, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories. Since working with my hands kills familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites. Though commonly used to reduce the temperatures of alchemical mixtures, there is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than radiate it out. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. So, we're making a magical refrigerator. or AC or something similar to that. Just like a glass shattering sound. So quiet, I never noticed the sounds they make. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. Yes, I have. So cold, these cores are said to freeze the very air around them, making them perfect for cooling drinks on an especially hot day. What an amazing device, but is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen this like before. I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder. Where thee, kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. Oh, this guy again. Haven't you done enough meddling? Their earnest efforts are but means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along the way you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. I'm growing tired of you, man. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trail? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. Yeah, that's why I said get angry. Make those memories come back. Sid is concerned about the Inquisitor, Gillian. Before we can pursue Lord Deldemont to help us, persuade Deldemont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Gillian that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know well and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Crothus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whiteburn front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure you can formulate a strategy from there. Time to talk to everyone. No, not you, not you. Oh, it's maybe talk to you. Inquisitor Gilliam. Of course I know him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whiteburn front, several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in the snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. Our route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase. I slipped on and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Gillian rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, madam, and I hope one day to repay his kindness. I don't think it was something who you think it is that carried you. Alboys. Gleam. I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak, unbeliever. We have learned of your deeds at Witchera. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Go away with you. Okay. So that's weird that, she doesn't know about the Inquisitor. Under Inquisitor Gleam's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we that to have such a goodly and righteous man to protect us. Yeah. Trust the religious authority. Are you inside? You're inside somewhere, aren't you? There you are. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Helena's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and utmost respect. Alright. Lots of people with blind devotion and a free ride from the Holy See themselves. Yeah, Alphino, how's that outfit doing in this weather? In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited for this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid no mind as I hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind, our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with the irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me that you've been busy making inquiries, yes? It should become to no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect that he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Fabu. Mayhap they will provide insight into the Inquisitor Gomein's motivations. Well, okay. So, I will admit that there is a lot of dialogue, and it's very, heavy. But they do better with the storytelling once we get past the Realm Reborn stuff. I hate to say that, but every time I go through the main story, and it's been a while since I've done it, but it is definitely one of those, like, I mean, yeah. It's lots and lots of dialogue. Something troubles me about that Wounded Knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived right in front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said that he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. So it can't be so. That way lies not but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Julian is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap tracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Excellent deduction. Also, I would have to go around this weird-ass path if I didn't have flying. Oh, there's a dragon corpse here. Wonderful. A solid dragon corpse. So... okay. The corpse of the person that we've been talking to. So he is the imposter the whole time. How is this, not noticed? Actually, I probably didn't notice it the first time I went through this. The scroll contains what appears to be an official papal appointment, to the position of Inquisitor. Alright, so that is the true Inquisitor. the fake one was way too hasty. He should have taken his documents. But then again, he doesn't even know what's going on with the Holy See, so how would he know that the Inquisitor has documents to verify who he says he is? You found something, did you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe we've just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Gilliam. Newly come from Kirkus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would seem that it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Fapupa, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Alfredo is determined to discover Gillian's true identity. Since Lord Deldemar has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quickly to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Giuliano with that evidence you discovered and see if it helps him recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise. Alright, Giulio. Sir Giulio. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Probably not. Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Yeah, I have your master's documents. Inquisitor is an imposter? Don't be preposterous. What could that cannot possibly be true. He's a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that it is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. Blind conviction. There is the girl. Maybe she's down below, and I just didn't know. There she is. Okay. You, I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray, move along and trouble me no more. You seem a little, upset about something. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it. Not at all. What? You doubt my words? Away with you. I will suffer your slander no more. Well, taste the fury of a Malafil shaking her fist at you. I don't believe you. You know, don't you? Fury take me, I prayed this day would come. When Sir Giulio gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the darkness was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family. Secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Giulio, then I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an Inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Giulio to the infirmary, and on his first night in White Brim Front, Inquisitor Gilliam was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized Wilkes in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Deldemar wanted to put an end to this madness. But then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept Draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of White Rim front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks, as I hoped they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Hillenar, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. So that's the person that overplayed the hand, is someone else being like, no, I'm tired of, having my people get killed and all that stuff. And this is the entire truth, I swear. Helene, forgive me for not acting sooner. Alright, well, I'm sure someone will have words with you at some point, but not me. My business is with a certain imposter. Alright, go on here. Where am I going? What am I doing? Who am I investigating now? Is it here? Oh, Snowy Mountain. Why is there another mountain I'm investigating? Oh, here's the chest full of rosaries. Okay, what was that box? Draconian rosaries. The brands of unbelievers and enemies of the Holy See. So, conveniently enough, I found the cache of all that evidence that keeps getting planted in these people's possessions. Alright, well, I got several things to show you, not just one thing. Why you persist in this folly, I will not grant you 3 access to the Stone Vigil, and do not make me repeat myself. Well, here's proof that the Inquisitor is dead, and here's proof that someone else has been turning your people in. There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. But this evidence and your testimony have no other explanation. Yes, it does not have any room for doubt. Potato child game. What about potato children? I have misjudged you and your friends, Popopo, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must need to beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Lord Deldramal requires your assistance in bringing the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Gilliman to justice. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws, both taken his Draconian allies. I am told that he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded a heretic. If we hurry, there may be still time to prevent further tragedy. Indeed, not one kneecap or ankle shall be left unmaimed. Lend me your strength, Poo-Poo. Together, let us put an end to this imposter's heresy once and for all. I'm curious. No, not happening. What would be cool is if, we did actually happen to go through here. Because there's a fate that happens in this area. Oh, right, you can see my mouse. Okay. A behemoth will spawn, but it only spawns, once a week. It was, really experimental sort of fate stuff. Whenever they didn't have, Heaven's Warden and all that. Sort of in-game hunts and that. And they didn't have a proper hunting system set up. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Deldramal arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Yeah, though I don't think you're very sneaky on this sheet of ice. He's kneeled down he's trying to sneak and stuff, and it's unless there was a blizzard happening in this very moment, I'm sure that he can just easily turn around and see you. Oh well. This is not exactly the hardest one anyways. I'm gonna always do normal. I don't think I'll ever, like, lower my difficulty. I wish they could give you a harder difficulty, though. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in holiness halls. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you, I have never questioned the teaching of Holy. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Deldramont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer, Inquisitor Gilliam, and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard and to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. I hate when the villains get that stupid look on their face. I know. Oh dear. Oh great. We've gone and activated the Ulu voice. It is exactly 8:44 p.m. my time, and we shall continue our playthrough at least for until 8:49 p.m. in the most Ulu voice I can possibly do. Grave allegations intended. Why did I put this up here now? No. But you will find your basic logic is flawed. How can I betray that what I owe Norwegians to Norwegians? No, the Duomo. There's far too much dialogue for this kind of dialect. Oh no, Lord Deldramont. My conscience is quite clear. I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crusade. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ha! All complicit in these crimes for all of their wives? By the Archbishop's wives. Oh no. Oh no. But I know you will not heal me, deafened by the dogma as you are. If your desire of retribution, Lord Deldramont, if you desire retribution, Lord Deldramont, then come, let us see how Ishgardian steel fails against Giovanni Fang and Qua. I have two more minutes of this. I hope I survive. Taste my fireball. Oh, thank you for the stone skin. Where are the wormhounds? It's hard for me to fight and think of Ulu words to say at the same time. Oh no. You could heal him anytime, you know. He really needs a healing. Lava fell? Is that what you were trying to tell me to say? Oh no. Oh no, he turned into a dragon. This did not bode well. I did not mean to push that button, but okay. No, that's it. It's a good thing my power level is reduced, otherwise I would make short work of these enemies. And stay dead. Oh good, oh good. I can stop talking in Ulu. God. That was something. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely or they'll be your last. I'm trying to shake off the Ulu now. I almost accidentally did it. I skipped dialogue. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. How about you shut up and just die? I find this funny though that he stands up straight before he goes down. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you're dead, Whiteburn front shall fall. And it's just death animation. Defiant to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. I think his body's still breathing. But I apologize for involving you in the sword business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It's past time that you reunited with your airship. Okay, well, hey, thanks for hanging out. And yeah, if you want to keep caught up on this, feel free to check out the VOD. I'll upload it to YouTube, and it'll be all ready to watch tomorrow morning, probably. So, yeah. Good night. 6 o'clock. Oof, that is bright and early. Okay, puppy. How you doing? Do you even understand what I'm saying? Or is it just a garbled mess to your doggy brain? What's his name? Maybe he'll recognize it if I call his name. Oh, Alpha. It's probably Alpha when you speak to me, yeah. Hello. She says sniff sniff apparently. Huh. Do I smell alright? I smell very sluggy right now. Where have you been, Poo-Poo-Poo? The false inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always to end in bloodshed. Though we have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. Uh-oh. Oh no, there's text. I totally ignored texted. Me too. That's for Mexican food. Who's that back Denny's? Oh, okay. Let's see here. Someone's teasing me about the record snow that's dropped in the place I used to live. I'm just like, I'm so glad I am out of there. Okay, alright, we are done with that. Alpha is eager to enter Stone Vigil. As I'm sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Deltramon a visit and remind him of his obligation to us, so then I will follow on. Alright, we do that. Speak with Lord Deltramon. So each of these stairs is like as tall as no, it doesn't really help that it's just an incline. It's like each stair is waist height. You have to clamber every stair. We owe you a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the Heretok masquerading as the Inquisitor Gilliam would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of him. But you must understand it would seem too much to hope that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived. Not to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, I would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given that given all that you've done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin? In part, yes, I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it is still in their custom, still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say. Nor can I give any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as Dravanian foothold in Krithis, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have yet as yet been unable to drive them out. And I cannot say when the situation will change. Oh, how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Deljamal, but there's no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we've not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. Yeah, we'll do it ourselves. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I'll inform Sir Nathaniel of your impending visit. May Halon guide you, Silence. Mm-hmm. Let's go over here. Yeah, let's get through Stone Vigil, and then I know that this was kind of a shorter episode, but I did start heckin' late. Like 6 hours late. And it's already 9 o'clock my time, so, well, I guess you can see it up there on the top. You can definitely see how late it is for me. So, with that said, I will, probably make this a shorter episode. The whole point is just to document me going through the story anyway, so it's not like I'm too put off by making a shorter episode, because I just want to have it on there, just record that I went through the story and analyzed it and appreciated what they have. Eventually, I'm sure more people will come and engage with this playthrough. Once I get to something more interesting than your Old Realm Reborn content. Lord Deljamal has apprised me of the situation. You may enter Stone Vigil whensoever you will. Uh-oh. Before that puts me into something, I need to unsync it. You must do this solo, because it is faster that way. With my overpowered maginess. Ooh. Yep, dragons have definitely taken over. Well, that's supposed to scare me. I forget. I forget that some of these cutscenes are kind of like dramatic and stuff. Alright, Dragon, step aside. I'm gonna have to just, walk through and I'll take care of all you at the end here. I mean, you don't have to attack me. I don't have to be attacked by you. I do want to build up the Xenoglossia, I think. Or not. I mean, I don't want Xenoglossia, I want Foul, but, yeah. We're just gonna pull all of the monsters into this dungeon area here. Should be pretty simple. Alright. Come on, you dragon boys. You can do better than that. Come on, really? That's the best you can do. Well, stop throwing your little magic stuff. Come on. Gather around. Gather around. Slightly depressing how easy that is. Oh well. let my thing fall off. I didn't want that. Did I just walk through that group without them getting aggroed? I did. That's funny. Alright, everyone, gather around, gather around. Don't be shy. Oh, you survived! Okay. And that boss fight. So one of them should have a key on them. Right? Or maybe they just opened the gate. I guess I just opened the gate. Never mind. Look, the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon is not our concern. We've come for the airship, and only the airship. Said, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare to launch. But Babu, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? Sure, I can take care of one little dragon. That settles it then, shall we, Sid? As you command. Yes, you're gonna step on something and wake it up. Crunch. Come on, let me see him go snap, crunch. Oh, the Asian guy's gonna show up. Okay, never mind. Do you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting, most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests. A testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers, the Exil are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. If only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. Yeah, it's full of dark energy. Alphino, the dragon! Confound it all. Let's see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Why, yes, classic villain. With all your corny theatrics. Look at that, I got another little thing. Alright, I don't doubt that this will probably take care of you, but I'm going to... boom. There we go, took care of it. I just wanted to make sure I had enough damage to definitely kill it in one hit. Because it has a phase where it flies up in the air, and I did not want to have to deal with it flying away. I have a very pretty Lalafell, and no one else can say, can deny it. Well, I guess they can say no, but, they'll just be, lying to themselves. Are you alright? Speak to me. I'm good, and hey, I'm actually, pretty well handling the, visions now. Twelve be phrased, I feared the beast had injured you. Is that worry I actually see in your face? What? I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble, with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. Inconvenience. Yeah, sure, inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already. Which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let's go and see what he has to say. Well, will she fly, Captain? What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it would be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state. But if she'll allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Griania. Though I'd like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. This is so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... it's no use. Let's go. Hopefully it definitely is good to go, because it doesn't look like a fall from this place would be good. Alright, safe and sound, and look at that, the Enterprise is parked right over there, nice and sound. What's Sid gotta say about it? When I look at her, I feel as though I've come home. I think of no other way to express it. Okay, cool. How I've longed for the more agreeable planet of the Twelves would. You know, not to deny the Holy See had its charms. endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Well, that's how our work is far from done. We still have the airship to repair and a primal to slay. No risk for the heroic, eh? No, indeed not. What do you tarry for, Boo-Boo? Our work is not yet finished. We must press onward until the Harpy Queen lies broken at our feet. Eye of the storm. It appears to be in deep thought. It calls me to look at her. As though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising, you did design and build her. Where's your kitty boy? Where's my kitty? What are you doing here, Ty? Huh? What are you up to? Okay. I bear good news. The Seat Seer has granted our request to the house to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. But really, at least we forget, grow stronger by the hour. If we're to have any hope wresting this benighted realm from our talons, it must needs be soon. Though I'm no expert in the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Slug? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees into matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Ah, confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements. But of course, that's it. If we work upon the element itself, using the power of a corrupted crystal, we can clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Don't be happy not to you, Fuku. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected aether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity corrupted the land's ether currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace. Which has been cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert wind-aspected ether, comprising Gru's barrier, into ether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon the ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lavernet, who resides in Camp Dragon. Strange as it sounds, I met him during my time in the church. Well, Marquez met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was the result of these conversations that Marquez was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Kapuko, I need you to return to the Vanillin and seek the scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. I'm so glad that people talk, straight in some of this dialogue out of Ishgard, which I will be returning to before long, and then we'll have more fun me fumbling over French words. Alright, well, before we continue with that task, I will call it an evening. And thank you anyone that stuck around until the end. I appreciate everyone that lurked, and those that are watching my VOD, I will be trying to keep at it because, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to prepare for the expansion. So, anyways, this is, peek out while I surrender the beast. And I am, gonna go and take a good long nap.